The Tommy Morrison story is like the weather down here in Mississippi. Wait a minute and it will change. When he fought for the WBO title against Ray Mercer, he was brilliant for the first 4.5 rounds. Power, combination, and speed were all there. But then suddenly, things came crashing in on Morrison. It ended up being a devastating defeat. And so it was back to the drawing board. And 8 wins later, he was after the crown again, this time against the ancient promotable one, George Foreman. The pre-fight hoopla was a lot of fun. But Tommy had boxing on his mind and some important thoughts on how to beat Foreman.
I don't think there's any secret to beating George Foreman. There hasn't been very many people that had beat him, but then on the other hand, he's been very, very selective about the type of individuals that he fights.
One time, this is for the championship of the world. I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions here? Any questions here? Let's get it on.
Tommy boxed patiently, showed flashes of power, and worked his game plan to perfection. His conditioning allowed him to handle George over 12 rounds and win a decision and the WBO title. But things changed again. This time against Michael Bentt. After a blazing start, Morrison was sent down 3 times. Gone was his WBO title, along with a $7 million bout with Lennox Lewis. But he says, I've learned from my losses.
I've been polishing all my skills. I haven't been in the ring in 3 months. It depends on what he has to offer. If he comes out and he wants to bang a little bit, we can do that. And I predict that he'll probably give me the opportunity to present some boxing skills, and that's what we want to do. Like I said, I haven't done anything in 3 months. And we're looking to knock some rust off, and we certainly can't do that by taking someone out in 1 round. So hopefully he'll give us the opportunity to get some rounds, and that's what we're looking for.
So it brings us to our main event, Toia, who again, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, I'm sure he just has to look at the tapes and say, hey, listen, Ray Mercer did it, Michael Bentt did it, Bentt didn't have a lot of experience, I got more than that, I'll take him, and I'll beat him. 10 rounds, Toia and Morrison, let's meet him with Frank Basket.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. The judges for this bout are Fred Steinwinder, Chester Como, and Billy Moran. When the bell rings, the man in charge will be Martin Casino. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks, weighing in at 228 1/2 pounds. He comes to us from Kansas City, Missouri, with a professional record of 12 wins, 3 losses, 9 of those wins by knockout. Tui, the smoking Samoan Toia. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with red stars, weighing in at 238 1/2 pounds. Comes to us from Kansas City, Missouri with a professional record of 38 wins, 2 losses, 33 of those wins by knockout. Tommy "The Duke" Morrison.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your earlier. Do you have any questions? Give me a good, clean fight. Listen to my commands.
Mississippi rules, Al.
10-point must scoring. 3 judges figure into it. The fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round.
And a look at Toia. Toia 12-3 with 9 knockouts. Tommy Morrison 38-2. But unfortunately, I believe America will remember the 2 more than they will the 38.
Last time on the box, of course, Morrison started quickly against Michael Bentt, defending his WBO title, and actually had Bentt in some trouble there. You see Tommy Morrison, of course, a huge knockout artist. But then Bentt landed a perfect right hand off the ropes, and the rest was downhill for Morrison.
Now, Toia has already beaten a member of the Morrison family, beat Tommy's brother Tim in a 4-round fight in Kansas City in 1992. He only had 1 fight last year. That was in November when he lost an 8-round decision to Brian Scott. Overhand right by Toia.
Well, he is going after Morrison here early, not with abandon, but he is trying to land shots.
Toia's kind of an interesting story. He had retired. He came out of retirement for an $800 payday to fight Brian Scott and lost. And he's getting $7,500 for this fight against Morrison. He's 34 years old. He's been fighting as a professional since 1989.
He is not, obviously, he's not a guy at the top of the picture. And they want to try and get Morrison back to where he was in terms of his confidence and all the rest. Conditioning a key factor with Tommy Morrison. I'm not sure yet that he has that licked.
Well, he's had enough wake-up calls. He's got to start to take it seriously. Pretty good left hand from Morrison. Toia has a full-time job. One which probably would have gotten him on another television show in the old days. He probably could have been on What's My Line.
Packing potatoes? Wow, that would $10 down on Arlene. Tough one. Glad I wasn't on the panel that night.
In fact, interesting little side note to when he fought Brian Scott, he fought him at night and he'd worked in the potato packing plant for 10 hours that day.
I hope he came in here with a little more rest. At the end of this first round, he is not doing that badly. He's been nailed with a couple of shots, but he's also gotten a few in. And Tommy Morrison off to a much more cautious start than he had against Michael Bentt. He indicated us he would do that.
Tommy Morrison, very personable guy, and one of those guys that you wish him good success. If anything, he's been his own worst enemy in his career. Still time for him, though. Pretty interesting first round. First round for Toia. He actually did get a couple of pretty good shots in, particularly toward the end of the round.
There was a right hand here. That one kind of got through the defense of Tommy Morrison. Didn't land perfectly, but it was a fairly good overhand right.
Wasn't half bad.
No.
Two of Toia's 3 losses have come to guys named Scott. Maybe there's something to be learned there.
I won't speculate as to what it is, though.
There's a right hand again.
Look at, oh man, he's
another one.
I'll tell you what, Toia is just throwing right hands in there like there's no tomorrow. I mean, anytime he wants, that right hand's getting right through the defense of Morrison.
Starting to get confidence, too. The uppercut is getting there. There's the right hand again, right over the left hand of Morrison.
Tommy Morrison is just not slipping or blocking any of those. Maybe it doesn't matter ultimately, but it'll matter in the future. Assuming he gets past this.
A good idea for Toia to get out of that corner.
Some changes in his camp. John Brown not with them anymore. I mean, Forget's still the main trainer. John Brown was a co-manager, I believe. Tommy Morrison and involved in the training as well.
Yeah, been with Tommy from day one.
We also didn't get a chance to mention a story in the heavyweight division. Evander Holyfield apparently and Emmanuel Stewart have parted ways.
Right, yeah, we just heard that today.
Todd Turner will now train him. Apparently it was a monetary dispute. By the way, congratulations to Rafael Ruelas with a terrific performance against Freddie Pendleton. Also, we didn't get to talk about that too much, but Pendleton, very bold in his prediction of the victory before that fight. It didn't turn out that way. Toia coming from way out, leaving himself open for counters, and that time he was countered by Morrison with the left hook. Neither man using the jab much, although Morrison now using it as a rangefinder. The travails of Tommy Morrison have been legendary. It's not just the 2 fights he lost. Against Carl Williams, he was down twice, almost out, had a broken jaw against Joe Hitt, but he finds a way to come back. He's a resilient young man.
Well, you have a sense he could almost be as good as he wants to be.
Absolutely. He has skills. He understands boxing.
Toia not having a bad round here.
He won the first part of it quite decisively. Morrison coming back a bit.
There's a jab of Morrison, and the left hand drives Toia into the ropes.
Now the power of Morrison is starting to have a big impact here. Toia is starting to throw that uppercut from way back, and I assure you, if he keeps doing it, the left hook of Morrison will hit him.
So we come to the end of the second round, and a huge shot by Toia, or rather by Morrison, knocks Toia down.
All the advice and wisdom of the business world can be distilled down to one simple fact. You can't catch two fish with one line. Now, for a limited time, save $49 when you hook up an additional business line. Call your Ameritech small business representative at 1-800-PROFITS before March 5th, because your success is on the line.
Stop by the auto show and see the all-new 94 Mustang, Motor Trend's Car of the Year, and explore America's best-selling sport utility. Then come to Mullinax, where truckloads of both are now arriving for the auto show sale. At Mullinax, you'll find one low discounted price on every new Ford, including Mustang and Explorer. Promising our customers great selection and one low value price is how Mullinax became the #1 Ford retailer in the entire USA. When you think big volume and low price, think Mullinax Ford. East in Wickliffe, west in Amherst, south in Canton.
At the end of the round, here's how Tommy Morrison took Toia down. Good chopping right hand and a left hook. Nice combination by Tommy Morrison, and Toia was down and in some trouble.
And now Toia in retreat. Numbers through 2 rounds. Morrison with an edge.
Toia again got the right hand there, but it had no impact on Morrison.
There's another good straight right hand, and down goes Toia, and that's it. It's over. Well, I thought he stopped the fight. He was saying no knockdown. It clearly was a knockdown.
Oh, that was definitely a knockdown.
Clearly.
Martin Casino feeling it wasn't, but he got hit with a big right hand.
And an uppercut there from Morrison. I thought he was stopping the fight.
Silly you.
Yeah.
Toia has not landed a jab. He's 0 for 11 in the jabbing department. Well, that's the uppercut from the outside, and he was countered with the left hook. That's what happens when you throw the uppercut from way back, you get hit with the hook.
And another good left hand, the right hand by Morrison. Morrison now taking complete control of things. Now, one thing you can't question is Tommy Morrison's power.
He can punch with the best of them, and especially when he keeps his punches compact. And by and large, he has done that here tonight, although he's pointed out he's not in there against one of the great heavyweights of all time, or even of the current time. And now Toia not able to do anything offensively. See, again, there's the uppercut from the outside. Very bad idea by Toia.
Lunged with that left hook. Uppercut by Morrison. Down goes Toia. Still almost a minute left in the second round.
He might as well stay there.
It's over. So, Toia came and saw but didn't conquer.
Tommy Morrison showed the arsenal of punches that he has, using hooks, uppercuts, all the rest of it. What this says about him, we won't know, because we won't know until he fights a better guy. But Toia did come to fight, and in the first round landed some shots against Morrison. Of course, in this kind of fight, you dissect it completely. But by the time Morrison unleashed the power and there hit him with the uppercut, one thing Morrison showed again is that he is not a totally one-dimensional fighter. He has lots of different offensive weapons in his arsenal. Now watch this. Here's an uppercut by, we're going to see Toia. Well, that was an uppercut by Tommy Morrison. But Toia used the uppercut, but was hit with the left, took a lot during the fight.
Well, Tommy Morrison doing what he set out to do, and that is get a win and get it over with. And for Toia, a good payday for him, but tomorrow it's back to the old potato plant. Morrison, you can see, with a lopsided edge after the early rally by Toia.
Hey, Sean.
So tomorrow he'll pack potatoes, and tonight he got mashed. Let's get up to Frank Basket for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in round 3, the winner by knockout, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Well, Tommy Morrison is a winner and picks up his 39th win along the way, and a fight that has to be considered just the first step back, and it's still a pretty good road for Tommy Morrison. He did get stuck on more than one occasion. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Payless presents an athletic sale so big with so many shoes for so many athletes, it's called the National Athletic Sale. Doesn't it feel good to Payless? Prices start as low as $12.99 on a great selection of shoes for men, women, and kids. High tops, low tops, aerobics, even cross trainers for as low as $12.99. You won't find more athletic shoes on sale anywhere, but at these prices, this sale can't last forever. Go. Doesn't it feel good to Payless?
An enemy's revenge. You will be dead in 48 hours. A secret assassin. You will not know who until it is too late. A vendetta of terror on an all-new Babylon 5. And when a cop killer walks...
We don't have the gun, we got nothing.
A young psychic holds the key.
The gun is still here.
If Kane can keep her alive...
I am here to protect Lori. Shoot him.
On an all-new Kung Fu. Check local listings for time and channel in your area.
You know, a lot of people who work on their cars will only shop at AutoZone. They depend on us for the best quality.
Well, before we get to Al Bernstein, let me tell you that one thing Tommy Morrison and his people might want to work on and look at a little bit is the fact that Toia landed 50% of his power punches, 20 of 40, and that is without landing a jab. He was 0 for 12 in the jab department. Tommy Morrison's the winner. He's with Al Bernstein.
Well, thank you, Barry. That is, in fact, Tommy Morrison. Happy that he got a win here. Nice to have you back on Top Rank Boxing, but the circumstances aren't so great that brought you back to us. You came in here tonight hoping, I would imagine, to just get a nice performance. Maybe you can get a couple rounds out of it. You didn't get too many rounds, but were you happy with what you did?
I think went out, we did the things that we set out to do. I think you know, it's a little heavier than I normally used to, but we spent a lot of time in the gym trying to become a stronger athlete, not so much trying to keep the weight down. I think I bulked up a little bit more. And I could tell that affected my speed a little bit, but I think we accomplished what we come out to do.
Let's take a look, Tommy, if we will, and you can comment on how you ended this fight. The uppercut was a nice weapon for you tonight.
Well, the uppercut usually is against someone that stays as low. I find very few opponents of mine come in at my level. When they are, I'm usually the stronger, quicker athlete on the inside. He was basically trying to survive a little bit, and but it helped us out. You know, you don't knock much rust off when you come out and get rid of someone in one round. We're hoping to get, you know, 5 or 6 rounds out of him, but so it didn't happen tonight, but we'll do it in the next trip out.
All right. Now, let me sneak in Bill Caton here, your manager, and what is next? He's going to fight in Tulsa? Who will that be next?
He's fighting a fighter named Brian Scott, Boom Boom Scott, a record of 16-0. Another good test for Tommy.
All right, well, thanks, Bill. Thanks for being with us. Tommy, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to also thank my chiropractor back home for helping me out, and thank God for helping me get my personal life straight.
Okay, well, we hope that's the case, and that's been sometimes a problem for Tommy along with training. We hope he licks both of those and gives boxing yet another heavyweight to look at. We're going to be back with